As we talked about before, it's a momentum game, and when they score and then we come right back and score, that makes it, a lot tougher on them. And we were able to do that twice. And then, getting Ref in there and, putting up a really good at-bat with the ABS challenge. Just an incredible AB there. It's a sequence and giving us the huge lift right there to get us ahead and then turning the ball over to Chucky there. Just all-around good win. We played a couple close ones here. Actually, all three were close. The first and the last were a little bit more low scoring, a lot more pitching, but some good baseball and keep the momentum rolling as we get to Minnesota.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Seattle Sports Show. Dan Wilson hoping his team can keep things rolling as they get set for 3 with the Twins. Good baseball over the weekend, man.
I thought it was great baseball. And how about this, Paul and Dave? If the Mariners win the series against Minnesota, they finish up the month of April a 500 team. It felt like a week ago. Everybody was pushing the panic button. What is going on? Can Naylor ever get a hit? Is Cal Raleigh ever going to get a hit? And here we are, Dave.
Oh, God.
How are we feeling, buddy?
It's just exhausting, man. It's just, this whole thing is just unbelievable. And Chris, look, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. All right. Please, for the love of God, believe that. Can you imagine somebody in New York or Boston or LA with the Dodgers? Hey, one more series win. We finished the first month 500, baby. Yeah. I mean, it's just totally different here. But look, I get it, man. I mean, you're talking about where they were a week, 2 weeks ago with people panicking, which is another reason to don't even think about any of this stuff. Like, we shouldn't even be talking about this, for crying out loud. Wait until June, wait until July to be talking about this stuff. But, I think one thing that we have seen from this baseball team, and it's just another reminder that overall they've got elite pitching. I think we all get that, right? Obviously, duh. But the fact that you can send out a Brian Wu on Saturday, watch him just get his clock cleaned by the Cardinals hitters, and then still win that game and pick him up. I mean, God, Felix Hernandez is sitting out there somewhere going, really? Like, seriously, guys? Like, you can do that for me when I was there, for God's sakes? I mean, how many games did Felix Hernandez not win because the offense was freaking putrid when he played here in Seattle? So I just think it's that game Saturday, Paul and Chris, for me, was another example of how this is a complete baseball team. And then Emerson Hancock has bounced back with 2 games since that rough start a couple weeks ago. He's really going to make their decision tough when Bryce Miller comes back healthy again. The challenge by Ref Snyder to win that and then go out and hit the go-ahead bomb that eventually won the game. And how about this, guys? Does anybody want to go out of their way to talk about what a great series Dan Wilson had? Or do we only bring his name up when people are crapping on the guy? I mean, dude, baseball managers are like airline pilots. They're only noticed when something goes wrong. Seriously. The series that Wilson had, pinch hitting Raley with Ref Snyder, and then putting Ferrer in there yesterday when everybody else was kind of unavailable, and he got the job done. How about a little love for Dan Wilson here on the show?
We need some hearts. You're right, Dave. I mean, he was making all the right moves in St. Louis, and I do want to go. You mentioned that Saturday game. That's a game where Brian Wu gave up 4 home runs. I think he only went 3 innings in that game. You mentioned Bryce Miller. We'll get to him in a second. But let's go to that Saturday game. And you mentioned Ref Snyder, but are we seeing the emergence of a star in Cole Young and what he's been doing so far this season?
Yeah, he does it with 2 outs. Like, I don't know, you guys might remember back in the day, we used to track 2-out RBIs. We used to track game-winning RBIs. They were always on the back of baseball cards and Baseball America, things like that. But go look at how many runs Cole Young has been driving in with 2 outs, man. I mean, it's been amazing how clutch this guy is. We know about his defense, but the fact that he's able to deliver in a pinch for this baseball team and really upgrade the second base spot has been just amazing. All of a sudden you wake up and the second base spot's kind of like, all right, taken care of, right? Done. I mean, shortstop's got a question about Emerson or JP down the road. Third base, still kind of maybe a little bit of a question of where Donovan eventually plays, when guys are coming up and guys are being sent down. But what Cole Young has done, turning that thing into kind of a destination now for people to keep an eye on, has been amazing.
Well, I want to go back to Rob Refsnyder. It was a couple of weeks ago where He and his wife had their third child, and it was right after he had that baby, he goes out and he hits a home run. And I feel like what we forget about sometimes with these players is that they're human beings and they have personal lives. And I think part of it, you can say what you want, but I think part of it was Ref Snyder has the child. That's a big relief. Everybody's healthy and everything's good. He can move on with his career and concentrate a little bit more. And then, I don't know if you know this or not or saw this or read about it, but the bullpen catcher on Friday in St. Louis had a little bit of I don't know if it was witchcraft or some kind of concoction, but he threw salt on Ref Snyder's shoulder and he blew it off, dusted it off, and then here he comes back just to kind of maybe just get him back on track. Sunday, he hits the game-winning home run in that game. So even if it takes just a pinch of salt, whatever it takes to get the job done and cook up some home run winning recipe, he got it done.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer just a shot of tequila myself, whatever. But, I mean, if you're making a margarita, you need the salt as well, right? So what the heck? But, I mean, this is a guy who, when they brought him in, he was just kind of a steady veteran presence, right? Like, he's never going to be a guy that's going to challenge, I think, for a consistent starting spot for 150 games. He's going to be a role player. He's going to get 100 starts, 9,500 starts and be a utility guy. But the combination of him and Donovan and Rayleigh, all three of those guys, obviously, we're talking outfield spots, we're talking infield spots, we're talking designated hitter. They really have done, I think Jerry's done a really good job of bringing in guys that are good at more than one thing, right? And on this baseball team, right, you kind of have to, because they're not cheap, but they're also not spending what the Dodgers are spending or what the Yankees are spending or what the Mets are spending. And I know the Mets are a disaster right now, but you guys get my point. They need to get more out of that turnip than maybe other baseball teams do. So I love it. And again, I just think the bottom line is, Chris, as you said, this team got off to a terrible start. We did mention, though, before the year began, if you look at their April schedule, it's kind of brutal. They've got a really tough schedule in the month of April. And I remember saying on the air, to kind of your point, Chris, if they can just get out of this first month 500 and then take off from there, I think everybody's going to be pretty happy. So, look, I mean, the division's down again. The league might be down again. It may not take, 95 wins to win the West like it did maybe 3 or 4 years ago when the Astros were humming. So I think the M's are in a phenomenal spot.
Yeah, and Softy, they're doing this without Victor Robles. You mentioned Donovan, who's been out for some games now. And the name we also talk about, Bryce Miller. Miller continues his rehab in the minor leagues, guys. He pitched 3 scoreless innings while striking out 6 batters on Friday. There he is for the Everett Aqua Sox. Love that uniform right there. Played for the Frogs. Tacoma Rainiers, they're home this week against Las Vegas. I'd expect Miller to pitch for Tacoma this week. But Dave, you said it. Hancock is dialed in. He's only really had one rough start. I think that's putting a lot of pressure right now on the Rock, Luis Castillo, and what he does in his next 2 or 3 starts.
Well, and that one start, I'm just looking it up right now to make sure I have my numbers right. We're talking about a guy who went 5 and gave up 3, right?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't bad. Yeah.
Yeah, 5-3 against the Astros, who still have a pretty good hitting team. 5-3 against the A's. Every start he's made this year, he's allowed 3 runs or less, which, guys, I just think we have to look at this in context, because if we don't, I think we're doing our jobs wrong. He's the number 6 starter. He's not even supposed to be here. Only reason why he's here is because Bryce Miller's hurt. You tell me you can get this guy with a 2.86 ERA. He's made, 6 starts so far this year, all 6, 5 or more, 3 or less. There's not a team in baseball, not one, that would say no to that coming out of their minor league system as an emergency starter if somebody's hurt. So good for him, man. And this, like we said last week, doesn't this kind of feel like, all of a sudden, Luis Castillo's got a little bit of a groin problem or a little bit of a hammy injury, or, maybe his wife's having a baby. He's got to leave for a couple of starts or something like that.
Maybe having a baby? I think we're going to know that.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Maybe he went to the VMAC and had some of that food and needs a couple of weeks off to digest. I don't know. Maybe he was watching this show with these guys on King 5 and his retinas are burned. He's got to go see an eye doctor. I don't know. But it just sounds like they'll find a way to put somebody on the IL because they're not going to a 6-man rotation. No. You cannot give Brian Wu, George Kirby, and Logan Gilbert. You can't make those guys wait an extra day to throw. They're too valuable.
Hey, Dave, I got a text that said it's too early. You got to wait till May before you wear khaki pants. Is that? What are your thoughts?
I would probably agree. I hope you guys can see this. I've got my Sonic shorts on right here, my old school Sonic shorts. So
Nice.
I'm kind of with you, guys, by the way, on the khaki. More of a jeans and shorts kind of guy myself. So, but don't take any fashion advice from me. I'm just telling you that right now.
Are those Vin Baker shorts?
Yes, I believe they are, actually. I took him off Vin Baker when he was sitting on the bench with an injury for the 500th time when he was here in Seattle. I don't know, man. I just think, again, I'm the wrong guy to be taking fashion advice from. I told you earlier today, I don't give a damn how I look as long as I'm comfortable. And right now I look like crap, but man, do I feel good.
I don't even know how to go on to any other baseball topics, but let's just get to this real quick because you've been critical of Jose Ferrer for good reason on social. He gets his first save. We bring him over in the trade with the Nationals, and it looks like maybe he's finally getting comfortable out there.
Right. Well, I think it's a little bit unfair to say critical. I get your point.
No, because I was right with you. I mean, you're waiting. It's basically, it wasn't critical. It's like, hey, when is this guy going to do what we brought him over to do?
Right, which is shut down lefties, right? So, I mean, the observation was that he just wasn't doing that, right? I mean, God, it's like, it's either black or it's white. You either love a guy or you hate a guy. Well, how about a little gray area that, I like the trade. I thought it was fine for Harry Ford. I mean, you guys know me in prospects. I mean, whatever. Just get rid of them. Find more. There's one thing that we can trust Jerry DePoto to do. It's to restock the minor league system. So I had no problem with the deal when it happened. But, at first glance, the first couple weeks of the year, Jose Ferrer was brought in to get lefties out, and he wasn't doing that for whatever reason. Whether bad luck or, bad location or bad mechanics, doesn't really matter. It just wasn't happening for him, and now it is. So I think you're seeing what this bullpen should look like. I mean, what we're hoping for, guys, I think in the end, and all of us are old enough to remember Sasaki, Nelson Rhodes back in 2000, 2001. You got your lefty and Ferrer. You got your righty. You got your closer and Munoz. You got Brash, obviously. You want to develop some roles. You want to develop a little continuity and consistency with that bullpen, and then have guys who can step in to replace a closer if somebody's not available. And I think they have three dudes that can do it, in Munoz, Brash, and Jose Ferrer. So, yeah, I mean, he's starting to kind of do what we all were hoping he would do, for sure.
Yeah, it was great to see. Great to see him get that first save. And again, just an integral part of that bullpen as we go forward. Softy, we always appreciate you coming on, man. Looking forward to the next visit already. And I don't know, enjoy yourself and have a great start to your week. And we'll see you next week.
All right, let's communicate next week about the attire for the show.
One thing we won't do is wear those baggy-ass Sonic shorts, that's for sure.
That's right. Hey, you know what? Hey, listen, don't be jealous, Paul. Don't be jealous of my baggy Sonic shorts that I've got on here.
Look at those legs.
Come on, pal.
Come
on, big boy.
Looking good.
You know what, Paul? You keep working hard. Maybe one day you can have a pair like this, too.
Get a tan.
All right, keep working hard, pal.
Go get a tan. It's sunny outside. Go outside.
We're going to get in trouble if we continue this.